reputation as a big city with low-cost living is at risk. Houstonians are facing surging home prices, rising rent costs, and escalating insurance rates. So I want to bring in local real estate expert Tricia Turner to help us understand how housing is really impacting the affordability of living in this city. Good morning, Tricia.
Good morning.
So I want to ask you first, when it comes to housing, say 10 years ago versus now, what are the big differences that jump out?
Interest rates. I've been doing this for about 20 years, and I will tell you that we had, a decade of low interest rates. Some is 1.8, 1.9, went into the twos, and then they sat in the threes and fours for so long. And then 2022 hit mid-year, about June, and we started to see interest rates escalate, and they have been relentless ever since. So we're sitting today in December around 7% interest rate, which is something we haven't seen in years.
And we know that can make a big impact when it comes to those monthly mortgage payments and affordability. So tell us, Tricia, who's been impacted, you'd say, the most when you look at certain demographics in our area?
First-time home buyers, huge impact on first-time home buyers. Number one, during the COVID era, where we were looking at housing appreciation at an all-time high, they were forced out of the market then because they didn't have the cash to compete. Then it went the complete opposite, where affordability became the thing. First-time home buyers are really struggling, and the elderly, because as we have seen interest rates go up, we've also seen homeowners and insurance go up and property taxes, which affects their payments. And a lot of the elderly are on fixed incomes, and they're really struggling right now.
And we were talking earlier, Tricia, about a big change that you guys have noticed, a difference in that median age when it comes to the average home buyer here in the Houston area. What is it, and how should we interpret it?
Well, now because of affordability, we're seeing that people are actually starting families later in life and buying their first home. So now first-time home buyers are in their later 30s, early 40s. Because of this affordability, they're actually making sure that they're set, trying to pay off their student loan debt, trying to get their financing in order so that they can actually afford to get into a home, not only, but then to maintain it with the rising costs of repairs and maintenance items. All of this is quite a factor.
I know you keep a pulse on the market, Tricia. What indicators can help us get an idea of what it'll be like looking ahead into 2025?
Unfortunately, we don't have a crystal ball. And again, I've been doing this for a long time, but I really thought interest rates would have come down much more than they had. I do believe that they'll come down in 2025, but I don't think they will come down dramatically. And I believe people really need to look at their finances, and let's look at what can you afford right now. Let's stop focusing on buying your forever home right now. Let's get you into a home, because that is still the American dream. It is still the fastest way to build wealth, and it's still where we can get you budgeted and actually then move forward into whatever your next home purchase is.
Okay, that's some great perspective for prospective home buyers. What about sellers? Are you thinking things will be any better or perhaps worse for them in 2025?
I think sellers also need, because what we show right now is we have the most buyer pent-up demand we have had in the history of real estate. We know that sellers want to sell, but they're sitting on these interest rates that are really historically low, and they're waiting for rates to come down, but they're living unhappily. So what we're telling everyone now is, you know what, perhaps this is the new norm. We may not see rates come down, and we may not ever see them come down. So let's get your home on the market now while we know we've got buyers ready to buy, and then let's focus on that and just moving forward from there.
The new norm. All right, we always appreciate your time and your perspective. Tricia, thank you so much.
Thank you.